Shepherd's Advantage Leadership Podcast, Episode 006. Well, hello everyone, and welcome once again to another episode of Shepherd's Advantage Leadership Podcast. We're so delighted that you have taken the time to come and be with us today for this great teaching series that we have been involved in as the inaugural presentation of this podcast ministry. We have been taking the time to work our way through various laws of leadership. I'm so glad that you're with us today in this journey. Thank you for being a part of the history of Shepherd's Advantage Incorporated. We had humble beginnings, learning lessons a number of years ago that have proven to be extremely valuable, not only to my life, but to the development of this ministry. I couldn't have imagined how this ministry was even going to come into existence, but certainly by providence and divine leading, we're here today. Well, Shepherd's Advantage is a podcast series that focuses upon leadership development. We're here to provoke and to stir the imagination to greater leadership capabilities, offering insightful as well as academic insights into modern nonprofit leadership. So we're here for you. We're here to help develop you to reach your potential as a great leader. One of our premier programs that we offer at Shepherd's Advantage is our executive coaching program. Private message me on our Facebook page, Shepherd's Advantage Inc., on our Facebook page. In the show notes, there is a link to that so that you won't have to take a lot of time trying to find it and locate it. But we're there, and you can click on that link and then private message us if you'd like to know more details about this executive coaching experience. This is highly customizable to fit you to the number of sessions that you believe that you'd like to participate in, and to the various levels of training and equipping that we offer in that. Again, I've been saying this each and every episode, but I believe that a coach is not someone that just simply tells you what to do, or better yet, a coach many times will instruct, this is how I did it, and this is how you ought to do it. Quite the opposite. I believe that coaching is absolutely an individual that comes into our life to help us to reach our potential and to reach deep within us, so that we can find and discover the answers that are already there within us. And so contact us, and I would just love to be able to sit and talk with you, have that conversation, get to know more about you, and help customize a program that will enhance your leadership capability. Well, we've been working our way through in these inaugural presentations. These are early podcasts. And we've been working our way through on the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by Joh Maxwell. These laws, we're using them for a variety of reasons, but certainly at the top of the list is because it is the most comprehensive list of laws that is out there. We have in the show notes an affiliated link to where you can go and purchase either the book or the workbook. And yes, it is an affiliated link, and yes, there is a little bit that is returned back to us, but all of that just goes right back into Shepherd's Advantage to continue to provide content and to make these programs and leadership development ideas available to as many people as we possibly can. So that's in the show notes, and those links are there and provided for you. Also, another thing that in the blog site, there's also a post on each and every show note. This is being screen flowed captured. And so it is a capture off of the computer with the PowerPoints that is available. All the talking points and everything that I'm doing to create these podcasts are available there, as well as our blog site. So just scroll down in the blog. You'll see the link to the YouTube channel, and you can gain access to these PowerPoint presentations and the complete show notes. Well, let's begin this journey for this podcast today, and let's begin with the law of connection. The law of connection says that leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. You cannot move people into action unless you first move them with emotion. The heart comes before the hand. This is the law of connection. Truly, to truly connect with people in a group or relate to them as individuals, the stronger the relationship, the connection between individuals, the more likely the follower will want to help the leader. You know, the old axiom is still true today. People do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Your credibility is developed when with people when you connect with them and you show them that you genuinely care about them and that you are interested in them, to help them, to improve them, to grow them. And in that, people respond in kind and are willing to come alongside you. Well, no matter whether you're connecting with people in the hallway or on a large stage, there are some guidelines that I'd like to talk to you about. There are 8 of them I want to give you, no matter where you are as you try to connect with people. Number 1, connect with yourself first of all. Do you really know yourself? Do you really have the confidence within yourself to lead people? I mean, people will not follow an uncertain trumpet sound. If this music does not resonate, if it's not connecting, if they feel any hesitation at all about the performance of the musician, of the leader, they're just simply not going to follow. So the real piercing question to consider is, how well do you know yourself? Number 2, communicate with openness and sincerity. People can spot a phony, trust me. NFL coach Bill Walsh once stated that nothing is more effective than sincere, accurate praise, and nothing is more lame than a cookie-cutter compliment. You go, Bill Walsh. That's a great statement. Number 3, how well do you know your audience? Do you know people's names? Do you know anything about their history or their dreams? I mean, if you're going to lead people, you ought to try to know some things about the people you're trying to lead. I mean, learn to speak about what the audience cares about, not just what you care about. Effective leadership is about touching them where they are, not about imparting your great wisdom and great insights on life. Number 4, live out your message. Practice what you preach is still the best instruction that can be given to anyone. If not, your leadership will be short-lived. Number 5, go to where they are. Understand your audience's culture, education, background, etc. Try as much as possible to not have any barriers between you and the people that you're speaking to and trying to pour into their life. For example, if you're in a public arena or you're even in your office, I mean, tables, lecterns, desks, physical pieces of furniture, all create blocks between you and people you desire to influence. Get out from behind the desk. Come around, sit with them, make eye contact, talk with them, sit right there with them, and show that you have a vested interest in going to where they are, not them coming to where you are. Number 6, focus on them and not yourself. I mean, your connection with people is not to impress them in terms of who you are. but focus on your audience. Lead them to where they need to go. It's not about your great wisdom and content in the ebb and flow of life. Number 7, believe in them. It's one thing to communicate to people because you have something to say. It's another thing to communicate because you believe they have value. That's a big difference, isn't it? Let me say that another time here. It's one thing to communicate to people because you have something to say. It's another thing to communicate because you believe they have value. Well, listen, isn't that what leadership really is all about? It's influence, nothing more, nothing less. So we're trying to influence. We're trying to make a difference on people. And then number 8, offer direction and hope. Napoleon Bonaparte, that great quote, you probably have seen it, heard it many times, read it in print. Napoleon Bonaparte said it best: leaders are dealers in hope. They give people a future that they can believe in. Now that is an outstanding, outstanding quote. That's one of my favorite. Leaders are dealers in hope. Well, it is the leader's job to initiate connection with people. General Douglas MacArthur one time penned the Distinguished Service Cross on a major before he even asked him to exhibit bravery. In fact, it was his Distinguished Service Cross that he took off of his uniform and pinned it on this major, exhibiting confidence in his ability to act bravely in leading those that were under his command and reign. General Norman Schwarzkopf shook hands with over 5,000 troops at a Christmas dinner in 1990 prior to the Desert Storm launch. I mean, when a leader has done their work to connect with people, you can see it in the way that an organization functions. The product that we are developing is not at times near so important as the people that we are trying to develop. It's almost at times that the product is the aftermath of the people that we're trying to develop. It's said another way, it's like the product is the byproduct of relationship building. When a leader has done their work, it shows up in how an organization functions. Do not underestimate the value of connecting with the people you desire to lead. It was once stated that to lead yourself, use your head. To lead others, use your heart. Well, how do we apply this law of connection? I want to come back to this idea of knowing yourself. Have you ever taken an assessment such as the Berkman questionnaire or the Myers-Briggs or DISC or any other such device? These are just great tools. I just so strongly encourage you as a leader, take the time to know yourself. You need to know your strengths, your capabilities. You need to know your blind spots, the areas of weakness in your life. You need to know how you're going to perform under pressure or under stress. These types of assessment tools certainly will help you to identify that and begin to flesh out your response and your behavior in these things. So if you don't know yourself and you're not in touch with that, it's going to be a little bit difficult for you, may I say, to lead others. Again, I'm not trying to offer a shameless commercial here, but again, in the show notes, click down to our Facebook page, link, and private message me. I'd be glad to talk to you about that we have a number of resources that is available for you as an individual. And better yet, we use these same assessment tools for a whole leadership team. That's really a fascinating study. I mean, so many times, not only are we not in touch with ourselves, that when you are on a team, we don't even know the dynamic of the team. And many times teamwork can become extremely frustrating, and we become very discouraged, and people start bailing out on teams, or they become non-committed to the team's success. Boy, these assessment tools are very, very powerful and very beneficial to see how a whole team's personality comes together. In other words, the personality of the team is fleshed out and formed by the unique personalities of team members. So take time to know yourself. Second of all, great leaders are great communicators. My journey and my college experience and my background is in public speaking. And there are a number of classes and video assessments and audio assessments, just so many things that we had to go through in public speaking. And it was kind of torturous to have to listen to yourself and watch yourself and the nuances and all of this. It was just a hoot. But let me tell you that as time goes along, you really can fall into some bad habits. You can fall into some lazy practices and disciplines. Let me just ask you a question. Are you part of a Toastmasters group in your area? Have you taken a Dale Carnegie course? These are just two outstanding opportunities to continue to shape and develop your public speaking. We never get too old to learn, and it's not too late to start improving upon our public speaking. In fact, this is one of the exercises and offerings, perhaps may become one of the new premier offerings for Shepherd's Advantage, is upon a homiletics refresher for spiritual leaders and those that are leading in faith-based contexts. So we'll let you know more about that as that's developed. The question, what are your growth goals in improving your public speaking? That is something worth your consideration. Well, the law of connection. Well, let's move to the next law, and that is the law of the inner circle. This law says that a leader's potential is determined by those closest to him or her. When you are incredibly talented, it is tempting to believe that talent alone is what makes you successful. And at that point, when you believe that, you buy into the famous lie at this point. Can I just tell you that successful leaders never walk alone? There are no Lone Ranger leaders. If you are alone, then quite frankly, you're not leading anyone. The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership will lead to effectiveness when you apply them. Yet, no leader is proficient in all 21 of these laws simultaneously at the same time and to the same extent and to the same degree. Therefore, you need a team of people around you. You just simply cannot go this alone. I believe Mother Teresa stated it best one time. She said, "You cannot do what I do. I cannot do what you do. But together we can do great things." Warren Bennis stated that leaders find greatness within the group, helping a team to find themselves. There's where greatness lies. It is only as you reach your potential as a leader that you will help others reach their potential. You simply cannot lead anyone past your own thinking. Albert Einstein said it best one time. He said, "You cannot change your circumstance with the same thinking that created it." So you've got to grow, improve, and get outside of yourself. There are 5 things to consider when adding people to your inner circle. So you're going to grow your inner circle here. You're going to expand it. You want to develop it. You want to pull other people into your circle. So let's consider these 5 things. Number 1, Does the person that you're considering, this person that you want to bring into your inner circle, do they have high influence with other people? I mean, if it gets lonely at the top, then you really do need to take someone with you. In fact, if it's lonely at the top, I'm not sure that that's really a positive statement. It may be more of an indictment to say that if it is lonely at the top, then why haven't we taken anyone with us? And so, if you're going to develop that inner circle and you're going to pull others into your world, into your life, then the person that you're considering or the persons that you're considering, do they have high influence with other people? You want high achievers and people that influence well. Number two, does this person bring a complementing gift to the table? We're not looking for mirrored clones of ourselves. We want others with us in this journey that have complementing gifts that they can bring, and which fills out the team, fills out the capability of leading. It makes the leadership much fuller and thorough in terms of its impact upon your world. Number three, does this person already hold a strategic position? I mean, are you asking a rookie to step into your inner circle, or does this person already hold strategic positions of influence? For me, I already want somebody that's in a strategic position because I know that in order for them to have achieved that in their life, then they've already have had to get outside their own thinking, and they already have a grasp of a number of things that are high quality characteristics of leading others. So does this person hold a strategic position? Number four, does this person add value to me as well as others around me? And so, again, you're not trying to look for someone that is a mirrored clone of ourselves. We're not trying to clone ourselves. We want to bring people into our life, into our inner circle that fill out our leadership potential and capabilities. So do they add value to me? I can't imagine that you would want to bring anybody into your inner circle that's not even going to add value to yourself. So I think that's an important criteria. And then number five, does this person positively impact other inner circle members? So in other words, those that are already in your life, how does this person that you're considering impact these people? Well, you would certainly hope that they're going to add value and they're going to bring complementing gifts, that it's even going to stretch the inner circle that you already have. It's going to pull them out. It's going to fulfill them. It's going to flesh out this quality of the team that is absolutely amazing in terms of what you can accomplish. So how is it that this person is impacting other inner circle team members? I mean, listen, you want this addition to be a good fit. And then you want your inner circle to grow with each other. So this is not about who is going to achieve the higher pecking order within the team, and somehow or another they get this elitist mindset and mentality. But rather, you want the team to grow and to prosper and go to new places. So, yeah, these five things to consider. Does the person have high influence with others? Does this person bring a complementing gift to the table? Does this person already hold a strategic position? Does this person add value to me as well as others around me? And then fifth, does this person positively impact other inner circle team members? Well, how do we apply this law? How do we put it into action? What do we do with it? Well, first of all, I would suggest that do you even know who your inner circle members are? This may not be anything that you've even thought about. An inner circle of influencers in your life. These are people, your inner circle are people that you go to for advice. You go to them for support. You go to them to get help in getting things done. There's your inner circle. You have this go-to people. It's not something maybe you've ever declared as inner circle people. But your inner circle is not so much about a declaration of that fact so much as it is you know who these people are. You go to them. I certainly have mine. I know who I can pick the phone up right now and call when I need help, when I need someone to come alongside me, when I need to bounce off ideas. I know who these inner circle people are. I've never really had them together in the same place, same time for a grand reunion and gave this declaration, hey guys, you all are part of my inner circle. No, we just know. We know instinctively who they are, and they are our go-to people. So who are they? Can you identify them? You know, great inner circles are not accidents. It didn't just, by a circumstance or provision of collision somehow or another, this all came about. No, I believe that effective leaders cultivate the present inner circle and they develop future inner circle members. I've got my eye on several that I'm watching, and a number of young voices, younger millennials, that are certainly exhibiting great qualities of maturity and wisdom and insight, and their giftings, they certainly complement me. And so I'm watching, I'm looking, I want to develop that. I see them as future inner circle members into my life to help push me, to help bring out and flesh out my potential and my capability as a leader. If you lead a large staff of people in your nonprofit world right now, not everyone that is a staff member is your inner circle. So I want to make that as a caveat. Just simply because you have a staff of people, whatever that number is, and I've had them. I've had no staff. I've been the only staff. And I've been all the way up to 27 to 30 on staff of people that I have led in organizations. Well, your staff is not your inner circle. In fact, it's highly possible that your inner circle is completely outside the realm of that staff. But it is certainly not to exclude the staff, because in every staff I've always found that there have been high achievers and highly successful individuals that have been of great value to me and my life in being able to help me. And so let me encourage you. You're going to need to develop a team within the team, as it were, so that they can complement your capabilities. Well, it is hard to imagine, but our time is come and gone once again. That's the law of the inner circle. And once again, we have come to a close on another podcast series. And I am so very thankful and so very grateful that you have taken the time to come and be with us. I bid you Godspeed. I speak blessings upon your life and what you're doing in your leadership world. Hold your image. Believe in yourself. Develop yourself as you develop others in this journey of leadership. Until the next time, God bless, and may the Almighty rest His hand upon you, and we'll look to hear from you and see you in our next podcast. God bless.